Welcome to Genesis chapter 10. Hopefully, you have already read Genesis 1 through 9. If you're just starting with us, please stay and listen as we read through and go back. All of the videos are still up for you to read with us as we go through 1 through 9. So, today we will be doing Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. Now, this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And sons were born to them after the flood. Verse 2. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras. Verse 3. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Tugamah. Verse 4. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. So we only see the offspring of two of Japheth's sons here, Gomer and Javan. Remember, we talked about this. They don't name every child in the genealogy. Verse 5. From these, the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. So these were the first recorded Gentiles or pagan people, right? So those that did not serve God. We see that just because Noah was righteous at the point of the flood, his son Ham did not honor him, right? Did not honor him properly, at least. And then Japheth's sons did not walk with God as he did. So now we move on to Ham, verse 6. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And so remember, Canaan is the one that was cursed due to Ham leaving Noah uncovered. And I'm still wondering why Noah cursed Canaan instead of Ham, right? Hoping we figure that out. Verse 7. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, Sabekah, and the sons of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. Verse 8. Cush begot Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one on the earth. So we're specifying certain names now, right? Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. So Nimrod is that, the great grandson of Noah, right? Verse 10. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Verse 11. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ir, and Calah. Verse 12. And Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, that is the principal city. So Babel is kind of considered Babylon, right, which is where modern day Iraq is. So we would discuss the Tower of Babel. That will be in the next chapter, right? So when we get to the many battles of the children of Israel, we would see which relative, if you want, just kind of trace back which relative, which son of Noah they came from. You remember Nineveh when Jonah decided he wanted to become well food because he didn't want to go preach to them, right? So if we start paying attention now to where they were dispersed, we will see who these people are that they're having these battles with. So Assyria, if you've already read through the New Testament, you know it's important because it's one of Israel's first biggest threats, right? The Assyrians destroyed northern Israel, right, and scattered them to surrounding areas, which is now modern day Syria, Iran, and Iraq, right? So this is where all this was going on. Verse 13. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anamim, Lahabim, Naphtuhim. Verse 14. Pathrusim, and Caluhim, from whom came the Philistines and Caphtorim. Okay, verse 15. Canaan begot Zidon, his firstborn, and Heth, continuing. Verse 16. The Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girgashite. Verse 17. The Hivite, the Archite, and the Sinite. Verse 18. The Arvadite, the Zemarite, and a Hamathite. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were dispersed. So these were Canaan's 11 sons, right? And so remember, Canaan is the one that was cursed. So although it was many of them and they were rich and appeared to be prosperous, they were cursed to be servants. And we'll see when At what point in the Bible does this happen? Okay. Verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Zidon as you go to Gerar, as far as Gaza. Then, as you go towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. Verse 20. These were the sons of Ham, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, and in their nations. Verse 21. And children were born also to Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japhet, the elder. Verse 22. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. Verse 23. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Geter, and Mash. Verse 24. Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. Verse 25. To Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Verse 26. Joktan begot Almodad, Shelef, Hazarmavet, Gerar. Verse 27. Hadaram, Uzal, Diklah. 28. Obal, Abimael, Sheba. Verse 29. Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. Verse 30. And their dwelling place was from Mesha as you go towards Sephar, the mountain of the east. Verse 31. These were the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, according to their nations. 32. These were the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations, in their nations, and from these the nations were divided on the earth after the flood. So we see where they are kind of dispersed into their own nations, and for the majority of them, what you see the city name is, that is the name of the son. Okay, so if you want to start, I know it's a lot of names, but something to do, right? If you want to start tracking, right, the genealogy, you can start doing that as we get into the different, like I said, the different people that are going through the lands and where they are dispersed. And some of them, you can't find them, you can't trace them. But the ones of the names that stick out to you, you would definitely hear them again, because I'm sure you've already heard them in scripture. So at least those, track those, right? We've heard of Babel. We've heard of the Philistines. We've heard of Assyria and Nineveh, Rehoboth. The names that you actually know is in the Bible. Just let's pick 10 of them and let's track them. Okay? And let me know which 10 that you track. So that concludes chapter 10. We will continue chapter 11 at 7 p.m. God bless you all.